Hello, it's Rachel again, and I'm here for another video. I'm here a little early. This is the second time. I just talked for like 20 minutes and now I had to start over again. Whatever. Oh, the week's not even over yet. So now I'm going to rush through everything that I just said again. I'm doing a video a little early because I'm going to be out of town this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's kind of a shop update. I'll kind of be not available. So if you email me or try to contact me, I may or may not be able to get back to you. I am taking my daughter to see Paul McCartney in North Carolina. We've had that planned for a while. So I'm trying to get this video done today. I know when I get back, I have a load of customer stuff that's like half done. I tried to get out some stuff yesterday. Well, I did get some stuff out yesterday, but I have a bunch that's kind of almost there. And some shop orders that are partially done and need to get out at the beginning of next week. So I know when I get back, I'm going to be off and running and too busy to make a video. So I thought I'd get one done now instead of having too long of a wait time between my next one. I gotta get out and get some errands. I gotta get some food for my people I'm leaving at home. Hopefully they can fend for themselves and whatever. Got to make sure I have dog food and all the things for, the family staying here without a mom. So yeah, so we're going to do that. And I hope to make a couple stops on the way that I might hopefully be able to tell you about next time. And I'm kind of looking forward to it. I hope I get some car stitching and hotel stitching time because I have not had time to stitch at all lately. Quick shop update, still waiting on the 40 count. I talked to distributors just a few days ago, end of last week. They said his Weigar order is coming anytime. They're waiting. They don't know when it's coming in. So I got a very small amount. I think I had posted on my Instagram. I had gotten 7 yards and I have it dyed. It's not all out yet in the mail, but that is one of those things that I'm going to try and get some work done tonight. I was up at like 4 a.m. again, not because I couldn't sleep. The dog woke me up again. So I thought I might as well get up and get my day going. So I've already put in like half a day's work. And so I have some things to do around the house and a couple of errands. And then I'm hoping to get some ironing and packaging and stuff done tonight and get everything organized so that Monday I'll be off and running. So my next shop update or my next shipping date, I shipped some yesterday and my next ship date will be beginning of next week, Monday or Tuesday. I can't be sure. Tuesday at the latest. I have some shop orders. I don't know if you guys watched the attic video, but Jean Lee had mentioned they're waiting on an order from me, which is almost done. Jean, if you're watching, I'm going to try and get that out. I know they have their Bristol weekend coming up. They've always got people, but you need a linen for events and extra crowds in your shop. And I had there's a few exclusives using my linen that I've had to get stuff out for. Some designers that have requested linen for shop models that had deadlines. So I've gotten a lot done this week, but still a ton of customer orders. And I'm going to really try on Instagram to even update in Instagram stories because I think that'll be quicker for me. I haven't been able to post as many updates as I normally do or be quite as specific. I'm getting a little more hesitant about being as specific about stuff because then things happen and people really count on, you said my order was going out Monday and now it's Wednesday or now it's, the end of the week or the next week. And sometimes things happen and I got so much coming at me that, like I said before, it's triage. I'm triaging everything and doing the best I can. And, if I don't answer you right away, I used to always be able to answer right away. The emails are just coming fast and furious. And, so just a reminder, I'm one person. I do it all by myself, So all of the computer updating, ordering, shipments, dyeing, drying, ironing, cutting, packaging, mailing, shipping, label, all of it. all alone. Volume is heavy. Supply chain sucks. And I'm having issues getting everything. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but if you order with me, you'll get it. The wait is just incredibly long. And that's it. You know, you're guaranteed to get it. And you're always welcome to email me, like I said. But I need coffee. It's a little stressful. I'm a little stressed. But I'm having fun, but I'm stressed. I just hope this stuff can get worked out soon. My middle daughter she's almost done with her school, and she is going to actually work a schedule with me. And so hopefully very soon things will be speeding up a little. I can't help the supply chain issue, but hopefully just the overwhelming load of work will be sped up a little bit. I did think, you know, at one point, I'll just mention this as a side note. At one point I had shut down my shop I had a ton of orders and was kind of getting behind. And so I shut down my shop to get caught up on them. And I thought, well, I'm going to do that once in a while to get caught up. The problem is I announced I was shutting down the shop. I got a slew of orders before I shut it down for 2 weeks. I got a slew of orders. That 2 weeks I was just chugging along and I was doing good and I was seeing my order total going down and I just had the zen peace of mind. As soon as I announced it opened back up, I got more orders than I had plugged away at. So basically the flood at the beginning before I shut down, people trying to get an order in, and then people wanting to be in the queue after I opened up, it was like I never shut down. So at that point I thought, well, shutting down my website, it does not seem to help because the flow was heavier than if I had just sort of let them build up. So I've kind of left it open, even though I should shut it down and just not have that in the back of my mind. The orders are still coming in, but you know what? It is what it is. So anyway, also thank you very much. Everybody's just so nice. Even people that have been waiting a long time, I get these really nice emails. Oh, I waited for months and it was worth the wait, and thank you so much. And that makes me feel good. That does make me feel good because the wait, it's just awful. The wait is awful. And I don't know. I don't know how to fix that right now. So that's a big thank you. So watch the Instagram stories for quick little updates if I can. And I will let you know when I get more 40 count the minute I get it. I am checking the websites every day. I have been calling the distributors at least once a week. I'm making a nuisance of myself to find out what's going on. And I have standing orders in there, so it's not like, you know, they're going to ship. I told you one of those distributors, they're not all great. I mean, one of the distributors, I don't know. They usually charge me when it's flowing out the door. It hasn't flown out the door yet, so whatever. Okay. I'm almost looking, you know, I haven't really taken a break since I took breaks, you know, for the holidays. I took time off from dyeing and doing the shop, but I was working, you know, I was like cooking Thanksgiving dinner and hosting, you know, my brother-in-law was here for Christmas and wrapping presents. You know, I was like working. Tried to take my birthday off. That kind of stunk. I told you about that. But I've been like basically working 7 days a week for almost a year now. And so I'm kind of looking forward to this, even though we'll be busy and tired and it's going to be hotter than heck. It's going to be 40 degrees hotter than it is at my house. And I don't like heat. But I'm kind of hoping maybe I get some stitching time in because it just hasn't been happening for me. Okay. So, what else? I want to talk about, I got a lot of comments on the First Lady series. People are very excited. I have been doing research already while I iron. I've been watching YouTube videos and watching college lectures and things that have been online, listening to some podcasts. I had a comment on my last video, and then I also had a very nice email, which I did not respond to yet, but I did read, and you know who you are who sent it, mentioning to me about the C-SPAN series on First Ladies. And so I have been watching that. It is online on their whatever, their website. It's very good. I think it's 35 episodes. Some of the episodes, they combine multiple first lady, you know, some of them like, you know, Martha Washington, she has her own hour and a half. And some of them that just weren't first ladies for very long, or never, you know, died before their husbands got in the White House, or had people stepping in for them. Some of them are combined where it might be 2 or 3 first ladies in an episode. And some of them they just don't know a lot about, believe it or not. There's just not a lot of information about some of them. So those have been good. I kind of like the way they have that formatted, because I'd like to even talk about some of those lesser known ones. So it's kind of given me ideas also on how to format the live series that I do and who I want to highlight. I don't know if I'll go in order at all, but I've already found Needlework Connections. I have a million ideas in my brain. If everything comes to fruition the way I have it, it's going to be awesome. It's definitely happening. It's going to be like January, February. But if my idea comes to fruition, it's going to be really good. It's going to be good. I did pre-order that book I talked about. I think it's First Lady's Common Threads. Go to my last video. I talk about it. I think I have a link to it. So I did pre-order that. That doesn't come out till June. But I'm curious to see what that author had found with the Needlework Connection. I've already found a lot, including some samplers. And I know that there's more that I haven't gotten to yet that's probably in that book as a good starting line for me to go with. So I was just surprised at how many people were really interested and said, oh, that'd be awesome, and I'm looking forward to it. And now I'm getting really pumped about it. And, you know, January seems like a far way away, and I have plenty of time to prep for it, but we all know that time flies, and that's why I say if what's in my brain comes to fruition, I think this is something you're not going to want to miss. So I'll just leave it at that. So thank you for the suggestions. If you guys have suggestions or source material or things you come across that you think might help me, go ahead. And I've had a few messages and things on that, things about books and, like I said, podcasts or TV series I might want to check out. And I love that, because some of them I've known about and some of them I haven't. So it's going to be fun. And it's great, you know, doing my ironing and stuff. I do get to watch a lot of TV, because when I'm ironing, I mean, what else am I going to do, right? So between the Johnny Depp trial and the First Lady research, and I'm watching a lot of Flosstube, which reminds me, that's what I'm going to talk about next. I wanted to talk about a couple of Flosstube channels. So one of the ones I wanted to talk about, which I'd been meaning to talk about, but I just hadn't yet, and I actually wrote this down. Look at me, all prepared. Okay, so the first one I want to talk about was Sable Stitcher, Roberta Lyle. I've been following her on Instagram for a while, and I was really excited when she started her Flosstube channel. Her stitching style definitely is along my taste, so I think if you like some of the stuff that I've stitched or showed, you'd like the stuff that Roberta has. But another reason I wanted to mention her is on social media and probably in your friend groups and stuff, a lot of people have been talking about upcoming retreats, or they've been going to retreats, and Roberta's idea is she wanted to be sort of a source for people to go to get information on how to get into these retreats, which ones are coming up. I think I've mentioned in a past video, Stephanie from Just Keep Stitching, they had gone to a retreat and somebody had commented to them or sent a message, do you get into these retreats just because you're Flosstubers? Because I can't ever seem to find them. And Stephanie said, no, that's not the case. Her suggestion was, which is very true, you just have to be connected and in tune, and you got to really pay attention, because, you know, you got to follow everything in the cross stitch community sometimes to really get the information to know when these things are coming up. So Roberta's, I don't think she's done it yet. I don't know. Her plan is to put together a website where it's sort of like a one-stop place to get information on upcoming retreats. And she goes into, you know, kind of the beginning of every video, she's gone into what's upcoming, what the cost is, how you get in, What does it include? You know, they're all different. Some of them include lodging, some of them don't. Some of them you're on your own for food, some of them include the food. I mean, they're all over the place and they all have different flavors. Some of them are just women gathering, or stitchers, not just women, but stitchers gathering just to stitch and hang out. Some of them are more like classes. Some of them feature designers. There's just a range. There's almost something for everyone, and they're all over the country. And so she wanted to be a resource so that maybe you don't have to be as plugged in and, you know, dig for information where you could just go to Roberta's website or watch her Flosstube and get info. The cost also, you know, varies greatly. And I know that's a factor for a lot of people, why they can or can't go. And she gives you that information. So I think that it's a great Flosstube for the stitching, and it's a great resource if you're wanting to either get into retreats or be updated when there's one in your region or area that you could get to easily. Then this morning I was watching, because I got up at 4 a.m. I watched Liz Matthews had a new video, and she was talking about she is scheduled for a retreat next year in Cape Cod. Right? And I'm trying to think, hang on a second, because I have actually the business card down here. So I went on, okay, hold on a minute here. Annabella's. So Annabella's she has a cross stitch shop. She's in Florida. She has an Etsy shop. She also has a Flosstube. But she has started, it is, hang on a second, it's annabellas.net, and Liz Matthews went into this. She is doing cross-stitch retreats across the country, like in moving locations. So she has on her website, and I'll put a link on here, she already has some scheduled in 2024. I think she had one scheduled in 2024 with Jeanette Douglas. So I went on there and I was looking at what she has upcoming. I'd love to get to Cape Cod. On a side note, back when I was 18, the summer I got married, but before I got married, my husband and I and my brother-in-law, we did a cross-country trip for, I think, 6 weeks, about a month and a half. We drove the entire United States, and we did every amusement park and every ballpark stadium in America. And Toronto. We stayed in the Sky Dome during a game. And one of the, you know, of course they wanted to do the ballparks, and we all, you know, we were young. We all wanted to do the amusement parks, which was fun. But one of the things on my list was Cape Cod. And so we were up there. My husband does not like when I tease him about this. So one of my places I wanted to see was Cape Cod, and we happened to be going through there, and we were going to stop and check it out and kind of walk around or whatever. And we got behind in time or whatever, and my husband basically buzzed through and was like, there it is. There's a Dodger game on, and we have to get a hotel room before the Dodger game starts. It was a whirlwind tour, I'll tell you that. And I was so ticked, because it's one of the only things that I really was like, well, you know, we're going to be over there. I want to go to Cape Cod and check it out and walk around. I did stay there. I just stayed in a hotel and didn't really get to do much sightseeing. And then it was actually very funny, because we got a hotel. You know, back then you could just sort of, you know, some places we had like really nice hotels, like in the big cities and stuff, because we would stay for 3 or 4 days. You know, Chicago and New York and DC and Baltimore, you know, we would stay a few days. So those were sort of pre-scheduled, pre-reserved hotels where we stayed. But then sort of on days where we were just kind of bumming, we would just stop and get a hotel wherever. And that night, the first place we went to was it was kind of a motel. It was old fashioned. It was very clean and cute, but it was kind of a motel-y. I don't know. It was an older hotel. And we went in there, and the cable wasn't working, and so they couldn't get the Dodger game, and they were so ticked. So then it was like, back in the car, go find another place to stop. I was like, serves you right for making me miss Cape Cod. I didn't miss it. I just didn't really get to see it. So when I saw that she was going to do that, I thought, maybe. So Annabella's, there was a couple other ones. I think she has one scheduled. These are next year. I think next fall she has one in Lansing, Michigan with Teresa Kogut. And Lansing's only a couple hours from me. So I thought that might be a fun one. And I think maybe that one was next spring. I don't know. There was one, no, there was next fall was Williamsburg with Paulette Stewart. You know, that's right up my alley. That one I might really try to get to. I want to go to Williamsburg. I love Plum Street. I love Crest. I love it all. So that one's coming up. And I thought, ooh. So they're not all open, like Liz Matthews had said. They're not open for registration yet, but you can get on their mailing list. There's a few she already has that are sold out. She suggests getting on the waiting list, which I would also suggest. I know Roberta mentioned this. Sometimes people poo-poo getting on the waiting list thinking they'll never be called. I used to do, one thing you don't know about me, is I used to host and put on scrapbook retreats twice a year, fall and spring, for a couple hundred people. It's a lot of work. Oh my God, is it a lot of work? Don't do that anymore. Not doing that. But for scrapbooking, I did that. And I kind of had some of the rules that a lot of these cross-stitching retreats do. I had to pay a facility. My fee included lodging, all of the meals, and then, of course, I had prizes and gifts and different event things that I would plan. Everybody got a gift every day at their table, at their seat, and it was a lot of work. And so I did have a waiting list, and you could get a refund if I could replace your seat. Well, when most people canceled ahead of time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, I didn't get through very many people on that list. I would call and people would be like, oh yeah, I've been waiting for the call. I had a lot, and it happened a lot. I think I did this for about 5 years. I had a lot of people that would have to cancel within 24 hours of the retreat, a lot. I had one lady whose house caught on fire. I had a lady who had a heart attack. I had a woman whose husband had passed away the day before. I had a woman whose son went to jail and she had to stay home to handle that situation. These were emergency situations, right? And let me tell you, when that thing happens, you burn through that wait list like freaking fire. Because on that short of notice, I'd call people and they'd be like, oh, my kid's got a soccer, in the spring especially, my kid's got a soccer tournament, we're already out of town, I already made, they may have been on the wait list, but they weren't expecting a call within 24 or 48 hours, or even sometimes I had one cancel, like, it had started and I was like, where's so-and-so? Now, I usually would go ahead and try to contact people on that list because these people, the reasons they canceled within 48 hours were awful reasons. And I felt bad saying, I can't give you your money back. I couldn't start that habit because you just can't. That money was gone, not to me, but to pay for the event. And so if I could find someone that could come in and fill that spot, then I could give that person with the horrible situation their money back. So get on those waiting lists because you just don't know. And especially if you are regional or local, or you can get there somewhere quickly, there may be people on the waiting list ahead of you that would have to book a plane, that it's just too far, that they've already made plans. Some of the event holders may not have the time or go to the effort to call at that late of a stage to replace you. But some might be just like me and feel like, oh shoot, I'd love to give the lady bail money for her son and give her fee back. So I know Roberta has mentioned that. Don't think that because you're on a wait list, you're not getting in, because you might be surprised that you may just get a phone call and say, hey, can you come? We have a spot open. So at Annabella's, they do have a wait list. I saw that, and they encourage you to get on that and go check out what her schedule is. And some stuff I think she hasn't even, it looks like she might not have posted stuff yet. So I don't know, there was a couple on there that interested me, and I'm not much of a retreat goer, but you know, Lansing, I mean, that's so close. Lansing, I mean, why not? And then Williamsburg, Cape Cod might be a stretch, but you never know. You never know. So, okay, so the other one I wanted to mention was a new one. That was a long talk about that, but you know, everybody's talking about retreats, so I thought that was a good one to mention. You know, everybody's over the COVID canceling of stuff, and there's just retreats coming at you right and left. And it's very fun to watch when you don't go. I love the people that post their time there. Lisa Kindred Stitcher had gone to the Treat in Amana this last weekend, and every time she goes, she tries to post stuff. And it's very fun to watch when you can't go and kind of see what everybody's doing. So I thought that was appropriate to talk about. So a new one is Linen and Scraps, Kathy Bourne. She is Diary of a Sampler Lover on Instagram, and I have followed her for quite a long time. And she and her friend Molly just started a new YouTube. They have an introduction video and then their first video. And again, I think that if you like some of the stuff that I stitch, Kathy is a sampler stitcher. Molly is a newer stitcher. I think they're going to have a really fun one. They both have cute little accents. Who doesn't love a good accent? Molly's got that cute little Southern accent. And Kathy, if you have the ear for it, she definitely has the Midwestern accent. There's a way that people talk here in the Midwest, and kind of a tone and tenor to their voice that is very distinct to me. Very subtle, but you can definitely tell that Kathy's a Midwesterner. Or has lived, I don't know if she is, but she's lived in the Midwest for sure. They're very fun to watch. Kathy's Instagram feed is really good. I was telling a friend, I really hope that at some point maybe she does a home tour. I think she said she has like over 200 samplers stitched. So, you know, I think that's going to be a fun one to watch. And they have a great little chemistry, and their neighbors kind of makes you want to wish you lived in their neighborhood. They're in Texas. So, go watch them, and I will put links below. I'm going to start doing links. I'm going to be so professional. I have notes this time. Who am I? Okay, and then the last one, I was going to show you something with it, and I can't find it. So I've been watching, well, I do watch Annie B's folk art, Annie. She has a Flosstube, and she's brought in her two daughters, which totally remind me of my girls. I mean, they remind me of my two girls a lot. And anyway, they've been doing some really great Flosstubes. And they were talking about, on their last one, doing a Jane Austen stitch along. So the last video especially is really fun. And they were talking about how much they love Jane Austen. And they were thinking of starting a piece that had to do with Jane Austen, and maybe rewatching some of the Jane Austen videos. And I'm totally down with that because I love Jane Austen. So I am not much of a stitch along person, but I think I am going to start something, and we'll see. So I am going to do, which is what I can't find, because I was like, I'm totally doing that. I'm totally doing the Jane Austen stitch along. So I pulled out A Gentleman's Daughter by Plum Street, and I pulled all the threads and kitted it up, because June 1st will be here before you know it, and don't know where I set it down. I've been in a rush. Didn't really have a lot of time to look for it this morning, so next time maybe I'll show you that. But I had already done Miss Bingley's Library, and I've shown you this before, and that would be a Jane Austen piece. On their last video, they went through some suggestions for Jane Austen pieces, some modern folk embroidery pieces, some Plum Street pieces. They have quite a few suggestions. So if you can't think of one, they've got some suggestions for their little stitch along. So I'm going to start A Gentleman's Daughter and do that one with Annie and her daughters. So go watch. She has a great Flosstube. She used to do Flosstube a while ago, and then she took a break, and then I think it's kind of fun that she brought her daughters in. And her daughters are kind of newer. They're young. They're newer stitchers. So the dynamic is fun, and I love it. I'm going to go back and re-binge watch Annie. It's good. I love it. So yeah, so go check her out. And if you want to do the Jane Austen stitch along, I'm doing it. Kind of. I'm going to start it. So that was all I wanted to talk about as far as that goes. And I had notes. I can't believe it. Okay, so I will show you some haul. Okay, so first thing, I think I mentioned, and this I got at Annabella's Etsy shop, is the new Teresa Kogut Broad Stripes and Bright Stars book. I love this. Look at that. They're like giving each other a high five. And here they are, like, just glowing in their patriotism. So, yeah, there's some cute ones in here. I don't think I'll start any of these this summer, but I had to have it. Teresa had some really cute. She was the designer at the Farm Girl gatherings in Amana. And her exclusive there, if you saw pictures online, it was really cute. Really cute little needle book and a cute little sampler. It's good stuff. So some other haul that I got. I'm going to show you quickly. So I got this sampler by Reflets de Soie, Margaret Hugh. I got this one. I think that's pretty. It's got a house. So I got that from Victorian Rose. I think I ordered that from. I got this, which is the new Hands Across the Sea. Nicola had done a video on this over the weekend, and it's Amelia Batchelor. Oh, I tried to paint my nails and it all chipped off. So instead of having stained nails, now I have chippy nails. I got from the Homespun Needlework Facebook group, I got the exclusive from Needlework Press and Kirby. And that was in collaboration with those exclusives. They use different needlework shops to sort of fulfill the exclusive. So every month, or I think it's every month, whenever they do a different needlework shop fulfills the project. So this time it was Hobby House. And so the Hobby House one came in this cute little zipper bag, which I love. I love Hobby House. I can't imagine that you haven't been ordering from them, but if you haven't, they're a great online and brick and mortar. And I'm excited to go to the workshop with them in the fall with Nicola. It's going to be fantastic. Let's see. I finally got the Fox and Rabbit new releases. The distributors finally had them. And I didn't think so, but I think this was my favorite release of theirs from or the one that I would start first. Margaret, oh God. Ligertwood, 1765. Here's the name. Look how cool. First of all, the house and stuff has just a lot of detail, but look at the flowers. I don't know. There's something like kind of bold but dainty about it all at the same time. They're all beautiful. They are all beautiful samplers they came out with. And so that's that one. And they all kind of have the color combos that we all like in sample, or a lot of us like in samplers. This one, ooh, Hannah Dawson, 1831. Again, I think if you reproduce, here's the name. I think if you reproduce a sampler with a house, you're just, it's going to sell. For sure. Look at that big berry bowl. This has, see, I thought when I got these that this would probably be the one I would want to do first, but I think it's the other one. Because this has a lot of the elements that I like, the sort of pastoral area. I love a berry bowl. I don't like stitching them, but I love them. And then it's got the house, and who knows? It'll depend on my whim when I decide to start these. And then the other one was Margaret Felicia Dyson, 1848. There we go. There's the name. That's pretty. That one looks like it has probably a lot of color changes. I like it though. I love it. That one is, it's on 40 count up in the attic. Of course it's their linen, up in the attic linen. I don't think I've seen that one yet, but that linen looks like it's very pretty. The Needlework Press exclusive came with hog bristle. They have very pretty linen. Okay, so the last thing that I purchased is, I went on wishingthorn.com. She does a lot of reproduction sampler charts, and then she also has some cute little doodads. And I went on there to get either download some charts or just kind of play around, and I ended up ordering, she has these cute zipper bags. So I ordered 3 of them. I did not buy any patterns, but I am going to go back because all the zipper bags I got are actually patterns I would like to purchase too. So they're so cute. They have samplers on them. This is the pattern I went on there because I thought I'm going to buy that. It's kind of big and intricate, so I knew I wouldn't be stitching it anytime soon, but it's definitely in the plan for me to purchase this one. Isn't that cute? It's just, you know, you can use it as a project bag, maybe not for a large chart, but some of your smaller charts. And she had more designs than this, but they're just cute little, and they weren't terribly expensive. They shipped very quickly. So it's, you know, the 2 sides are different. And they're just little prints of her samplers that she has. I thought this one was cute too. And then the back side has the other part of the sampler. So I think it's Wishingthorn. Google, I'll put a link. The Wishingthorn. A lot of people have been talking about her website lately. And I've known about it. I've been on there quite a few times. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. So you might want to, I don't know, go look and see what she has to offer if you like reproduction samplers. I also had, before I get to my theme, I had someone comment, last time I talked about I got a gift from a friend. And I was talking about, it's this coaster that keeps your coffee hot. And somebody had wanted me to show what it was. So it just plugs in and then you turn it on and you can, oh yeah, keep your coffee hot. So it actually came from Amazon. I think that's why it was such a surprise, because I've always got Amazon boxes on my doorstep. And yeah, I was like, oh yeah, what did I order? And then I opened it and was like, oh. So somebody had wanted me to show that. So that's what these are. They're very fun. My oldest daughter was very jealous, and she says when I'm out of town this weekend, she will be using this because she says she's always wanted one. So yeah. Okay, so what else should I do? You know what? I think I'm going to pause because, you know, I don't have that thing on. I'm going to actually fill up because I'm almost out of my coffee. And when you wake up at 4 a.m., I'm going to need it to get through the day. So I'm just going to get more coffee. Hang on one sec. Okay, got more coffee. Whew. Hopefully it doesn't annoy you, me constantly sipping out of my cup, but I kind of don't care because I need it. Okay, so before I show you my charts, I will show you what I was working on. And I kind of pulled out, okay, my Imagimania has not gone well because number 1, I don't have a lot of stitch time. And number 2, when I have gotten it, I kind of haven't felt like starting anything. I started one thing. So I don't know how many starts I'll have this month. You know what? Who cares? There are no rules, right? So let's see. I worked on, and some of these, I also pulled these out because I'm going to take these with me and hopefully get some work on them, So I think last time I showed you, I was working on, like I said, I mean, I've maybe gotten a couple days in the last 2 weeks, a few hours. A New Constellation by Plum Street. And it's my goal to get this done at some point. And so I worked on that a little bit, and I kind of have been working in this band. Let's see. And I'm doing that on 40 count vintage country mocha because I did the first one. I'm going to do all 3 of these on the same linen. And I did the first one, which now I can't remember the name. That one's on 40 count vintage country mocha. So they're all going to be the same, although the charts do call for different linens. I think this one called for oaken. Yeah, the charts call for 36, and this one is on, I think the first one might have been Wren. This one's oaken. One of them's on Wren. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. So, and I'm doing that with the called for colors, and those are always fun. So I'm looking forward to working on that one again. Then I'm definitely taking this one in case I get car stitching time, because I am driving. Well, not stitching while I'm driving, but I will be in a car. And I have motion sickness. I get motion sick. So I can stitch in the car as long as it's fill-in. I can't really do the pattern thing. So I am going to be taking this because I've been working on, this is American Sampler by Plum Street. And I have all that grass and all of that mortar to fill in on the bricks. So I'm hoping to get some time on that. Maybe on the ride home because I need to do more of the fence too. And that's sort of counting. But I did get more of the words in and some of the grass. And so this will be a good one to take with me where I don't have to look at a pattern. And I can maybe get some car stitching done. So I'm taking that one with me. And I worked on it. And then my start, well, let me show you this. The other thing I pulled out that I'm thinking I might take with me just because it goes with the theme. I'm going to see Paul McCartney, and my daughter that wanted to go to the concert, my little Beatles fan, my Paul McCartney fan, she wanted me to do the Blackbird Designs Beatles series. So this is the only one I've started. So I thought, well, maybe I should work on this at the hotel. Eleanor Rigby. And I have that much done. I also kind of want to finish it because I do have a relative that's having a baby next month, and I would like to do, she's having a little girl, and I was thinking I might try and get that stitched for, who am I kidding? This kid will be 10 before I finish it, but maybe try and get that stitched as a gift for after the baby is born. Because I think that real feminine, pretty colorway is also kind of pretty. And it's a close enough relative that I probably should do that. It's a cousin, but I've known her since she was born. So it's my husband's cousin, but I was babysitting her before I knew my husband, so I might take that with me. See if I can get that done. So the only start I did, I kept trying to look for, you know, I kind of was in the mood to do samplers and stuff, and it's so funny because every sampler I want to start has an alphabet at the top, like every single one. And I just wasn't in the mood. I have a million samplers where I'm working on an alphabet at the top, which I don't mind alphabets, but I was like, I can't have every start be like a corner of a border in A, B, C, D. You know, that's just boring. So then I was like, well, what samplers do I have that I could start for my Imagimania that don't have that I'm not just starting alphabets constantly. So I was really in the mood for Scarlet Letter. And so I picked, this is a Scottish sampler, Elizabeth Masterson, 1838 Elizabeth Masterson. Because there's no border, there's no alphabet at the top. And the colors are fun. And so then I had the dilemma because I have no linen. I have some linen, but I don't have any of my linen I can use. So what I did was I had some 40 count platinum by Zweigart, which is just a base, you know, tinted fabric that they have. And I gave it a little tiny start. And I'm doing it in DMC. And I kind of like it. I didn't get to work on it very long, obviously. I didn't get to work on it very long. But even what I did kind of worked up pretty fast. And I think what's fun about it is, I mean, I can just do a little motif. You know, it's just like bands of motifs, right? So I can just kind of keep plugging away, going down, and maybe feel like I accomplished something doing a motif every so often. I don't know. We'll see. So I started that, and I put it in a bag that I got as a gift. I don't really want to say, I don't know. I'm not really going to do like gift segments. Like I said, I have gotten some charts and things from people, and they will pop up in my parades, and I may mention that they were gifts. And I don't really want to mention names. Once in a while you might hear a first name. So I got a project bag from I'm going to say Barbara. And a lot of you know Barbara. She's one of the girls in the know in the cross-stitch community. And she is just so sweet. And she sent me a project bag that has my business name on it. It is so cute. That was quite the shock too. Isn't that cute? I love it. So that is what this is in. It's a nice one because it's like tall. And I think I could fit actually a few projects in here if I wanted. But yeah, I have a few project bags, but I just, you know, this one's really cool. So this one will be used quite a bit. And God, who doesn't love personalization? I mean, come on. So this is cool. So thank you, Barbara. Okay. All right. So, okay. I don't even know. Okay. Calm down, Rachel. So I have a couple more things to go to. I have the giveaways, which I will do at the end. I have the winners. Actually, I'm going to show you the winners from the last two, because I remember last time I didn't have the name right in front of me. And I have another giveaway. So before I do that, I was going to show you. So this is kind of an announcement in a way that's not really my announcement. So on the last video, I showed the Betty Ring book, and I had pointed out a few samplers in that sampler book that have been reproduced and that you could stitch, and talked about some of those sampler history books do have, you know, museum charts and things that you can stitch yourself, that you can go and buy the chart. And one of them that I showed was an American sampler. It's the Sarah Pope sampler by Sheepish Antiques. And I was given permission to say that if you are looking for this one, it is going to be re-released. So it is, I'm just going to show you. A lot of these old samplers are hand-drawn, and these, honestly, god-awful charts. They're a nightmare. Now, you know, back when this was all you stitched on, that's what you expected. I think now that we have charts and things that are so clean and easy to read, it takes a little adjusting to go back and do these old charts. So if you're looking for this one, now there are some websites that still have new stock of this, but it is, and I'm not going to give all the details on where to get it yet because it's not ready yet, but I was told and given information that if you are looking for this, don't pay any crazy prices, and it will be reformatted. And it is a release coming out soon if you'd like to stitch it. And I am definitely going to get a reformatted chart. And when I do, I may start this summer. So I'll let you know when I do. Maybe we can stitch it together. And when I have more information, I'll let you know where you can get it. It keeps sounding like somebody's here. Hold on one sec. Okay, we're all good. All right, so Sarah Pope, if you saw that and you were looking for it, stay tuned. Just stay tuned. So that made me want to bring out some of my more vintage charts, and these are vintage. I thought I'd show you some vintage sampler charts. So what I'm going to do is I will tell you, because they're old, some of them are still easy to get. Some of them you'll have to search on eBay. I will try and tell you where to go, and I don't think any of these you should be paying a lot of money for. Okay, so this is not like when you see, people do different Facebook and Instagram posts and things will say, ask for your unicorn. I love looking for through those because I always hope I have something that someone's asking for. And like 90% of the time it's out of print Blackbird, like 90% of the time, which I'd be willing to pass on my out of print Blackbirds if it's something that I've stitched, and I have. But if something's out of print that I haven't stitched yet, I'm not passing it on. So I rarely find anybody that I can gift with a chart, but once in a while there might be something. So these are ones that don't be paying crazy amounts. I'll try and guide you to, if you're interested, on where you can find them or how to source them. And it has been, well, I'll talk about it in a minute. Some of these old charts, some of the designers are starting to re-release them and realize that people are wanting to go back and do some of these samplers that they had released a long time ago. Some of them are being done by places like 1884 Stitchery. She has the rights to do some of these older charts. And, some of them shops have been re-releasing and in contact with the designers. So, just because they're old, we get all hyped up about the new stuff, but there's some great old samplers out there that were released in the 80s and 90s. And I think sometimes they don't get attention, and they're just as beautiful as the ones that are being released, at market and by the big designers right now. So I thought I'd go through a few, and some of these I might have shown before. So what do I have here? Okay, so these you can still get. I know they still have them at the distributors, so you can contact your local Nita workshop to get these. These were done in the early 90s. These are Theron Traditions. This is the New England Schoolgirl sampler. This is not a reproduction, but just a sampler. Isn't that cute? Look, it's a yellow house. I mean, who doesn't love a yellow house? It's very, well, it's New Englandy, It's got a cute border. I think it's just super cute. So that's still available. Don't pay crazy prices. And I have another one by Theron Traditions. This is number 19, Needles and Pins Wedding Sampler. And it's got the little pastoral scene. Look at that cute little basket, how it just kind of falls around and makes the border. And a house and a little colonial couple. And it's older, but you know what? I think it's timeless. I think you could stitch that and no one would know that was printed in the early 90s. Okay, so I've got stuff falling everywhere. Okay, this one I actually got from 1884 Stitchery. She has a lot of threads of gold patterns. And, her website is changing all the time. There's usually one of every, unless it's like a download or something that she has, that McKenna has re-released. But she has some great patterns on there. I have bought Prairie Schoolers on cardstock. There's not many Prairie Schoolers I need. I have like most of them. But, I don't like those reprints that they've done. And I have some, but McKenna a lot of times has Prairie Schooler on the cardstock, and she takes old charts from people that are wanting to dump them and sells them, and it's a fun website to just, if you're bored. I do a lot of my internet shopping and internet perusing like at night on my phone or early in the morning before I start working. I'll just play on the phone, and it's a fun website to go look through because it's always changing. So this is Threads of Gold, Lucy Dunning, 1811. I just like that one. So I got that one. This one, again, I would not pay big money for this. This is the Chester County collection. This is Deborah Walker. And I've seen a lot of stitchers that have been stitching samplers for a long time had done this. This was a very popular piece. I think it's just cross stitch released these. Let's see if there's a date here. Again, we have the crazy chart. Let's see, what year did this come out? 1987. Woo! Some people probably weren't even born then. Well, I know some people weren't born then. I mean, people watching this may not have been born. So they had, okay, so this is Chester County, Pennsylvania, and they have a whole series of historical samplers from Chester County. And I have quite a few. I don't know how many of those I pulled. One of them is, hang on. I know I brought this. Okay, see, I did bring a couple, pull out a couple. I'll show them to you in the order. So there was a whole series of these that just cross-stitched it. This is Hannah Matlock. These are all Pennsylvania samplers, which would have been good to hold on to for when I do an American sampler video, but no, we're doing vintage. They may come up again. I may show them again. This one's Emma Jane Baker. And these, you wouldn't, right now, you wouldn't find these in a shop. These would be eBay. Do not pay, you know, these are ones that are, I think, going to be, you know, available at some point. And so I would not be paying crazy prices for these, but they are hand drawn right now. You know, some people have stitched some and are looking for, you know, they want to do the whole series and are looking for certain ones. So this is Elizabeth Lawrence. I like the font on that one. And then, now this one is hard to find, and this is a book that Just Cross Stitch had released, and it's 7 Chester County samplers, and they're different than those individual leaflets. And this one I really, really like that's on the cover. So there's 7 charts in here. You do see this come up on eBay from time to time, and I've also seen it on Etsy. This one obviously goes for more than the original price, but there's none of these that I would pay an arm and a leg for, because they do pop up, and they do pop up for reasonable prices. And again, like I said, some of these type of charts I do know are, you know, maybe coming soon and re-released. I don't know for sure, but I would just not go too crazy, right? Okay, so another Sheepish Antiques that I have is Selena Dunwoody. That's a reproduction. I like that little house. This one, I got this one on eBay a long time ago. It's another, I don't know how, this would be an eBay one for sure. Another crazy chart. This is the Anne Langley sampler, and this is from High Tide Enterprises. I just love the cow and the horse and the super cool pink flowers and the little like gravestone. Let's see. This one is original designs by Beth Gardner. This is a reproduction. Here's the original antique, and it gives thanks to Darlene Osteen for assistance and moral support in unframing the original Anne Langley sampler so it could be properly studied and restored. 1984. 1984. So look at that background on there. So country living, 1980s. Good stuff. Here's another Sheepish Antiques. This one could end up showing up again because I'd like to do a Rhode Island sampler. This is Mary Tillinghast. I'd like to do a Rhode Island sampler. Or maybe I'll mix that in with the American sampler parade. I love those Rhode Island samplers. So again, check out the 80s wallpaper and styling here. So cool. Gosh. Okay. This one I may have shown before. This is a Canterbury Designs, of course, out of print. You may have to look on eBay for this. Mary Tomlin, 1861. Here's the name. It's just colorful, cute, not too big. This one, I know I got this on eBay because I have a few of this, and I had never heard of these before. This is definitely like, this might be prior to the 80s. I'm going to see if I can find a date on this one. This company is called the Early American Sampler, and they were in New Hampshire. Gosh, I don't know. Sometimes these don't have copyrights on them. But look at even the, this would be early 80s or even late in the 70s. It's got like the typewriter font. It's probably mimeographed. Who knows? Yeah, it doesn't have a date when this was released. But this one is, well, it doesn't really have a name. This is from the Philadelphia Museum of Art, the Whitman collection. And the way these charts are is like it was a series of 4, and then this is the one that I purchased. Like this is the one I have the chart for. So basically it was like the same cover for each of these charts. So here's the other one. One of the other ones. And I have a couple of these charts. Or a couple of these pamphlets. Right? So they were just like, they're not named. This is Margaret Hild sampler. Right? But it just has this here. And you can find these on like eBay and stuff. But I love that, the border and the colors and stuff in this one. So yeah, so that is the Early American Sampler. What would happen if I called that phone number? I bet it's a wall phone with a long cord. Okay, so handwork samplers. These might be probably the more expensive ones that are out of print that you will find on eBay. You tend to see handwork samplers for like the $30 range. Handwork samplers did gorgeous samplers, and I think I have shown some of these before. And it's kind of one of those things you just kind of got to keep a lookout for them, and you will find them at good prices. A lot of them are museum pieces. This is DAR, and this is the Artridge Priscilla Jackson 1829. Look at that house. That one's pretty. That one is kind of on a short list. Probably of these that I'm going to show you, that's the hardest. I thought I would show you this because in the last Attic newsletter, a couple of times they have re-released the Frances Eden sampler by Handwork Samplers. And I know that that is a unicorn for a lot of people, and they just posted in their last newsletter they have some copies of this. And they have another handwork sampler one. So if you've been looking for that, that is from the Whitman collection in the Philadelphia Museum of Art. That was on my January to do this year list. I will get this started because I've been wanting to do that for years. Let's see, do I have any other handwork samplers? I have one other one. This is Martha Smith. This is from the DAR Martha Smith sampler. Love that. Kind of simple, but super cute. There's a bunch of handwork sampler ones that I would love to get my hands on. So that's kind of one that I'm always searching for handwork samplers. So then I have, okay, if you guys watch Jean Farish she has a YouTube channel. She's like a needlework teacher extraordinaire. She's been around forever. And I have some of her patterns her pattern books were cool. I know she's re-released some of these, but they were like booklet form with a little info, and I know she re-released this one, I think. The Janet Irving sampler. This is one of her relatives, actually. It's a New Jersey reproduction. She's got the antique on the back. So I have some of her old charts. I think she's re-released this one. And I know she did a stitch along with this. Oh God, they don't stand up well. The Roxana Corson sampler. She kind of revamped that and redid that. So that's another example of somebody who was designing a while ago that's kind of still in the game and recognized that people are loving samplers again, and has tried to get her stuff to be available and of interest again, because, you know, samplers don't age. So, you know, you buy a sampler pattern from 1975, I mean, it can't age. It already was, you know, hundreds of years old in 75, and it's still old now. So this is another Jean Farish that I have, and this is the Katie Bemis. Oh, there's that. Super cute. I love this styling. Again, oh, so country living back in the day. Love it. Love that. So yeah, check out where you can get her stuff. This is another collection. I just pulled, I think, one out of this one. This is, okay, see, now I'm not going to remember. This was a series of Wisconsin samplers. And I don't know who produced them. There's a whole series of them. I have all the charts. These were done in 1985. And this is the Sarah Whitley sampler. There's the name right there. And this is the prettiest one, I think, in that series that I like. And I have them all, but a lot of them are marking samplers, so I didn't pull them out to show you. But this is, let's see, Creative Designers from Menasha, Wisconsin. Yeah. So, I don't know. If you're from Wisconsin, you might want to look for this one. That'd be fun. There's a lot more. And like I said, I have them, but I didn't pull them. Okay, now this one, well, hold on a minute. I think I might have shown this one. Another Canterbury Designs, the Jane Woodward sampler. I think it would be fun if Canterbury Designs could be re-released. And you never know. You just never know. Because they did some great, there were some great reproductions under Canterbury Design label. And everybody's looking for Plantation Sampler. That was an original, but this is a reproduction. And I think I showed that before. But, okay, this one is kind of hard to find. It is a unicorn for people. It was in, I think, 4 issues of Fine Lines magazine, so you have to look online for the magazines. And this is the Hannah Pepper sampler, which is gorgeous. If you've ever seen it stitched on social media, it's just stunning. And so people really try to get the Fine Lines magazines to get all of the issues, which you can Google and look on eBay and Etsy and things. And sometimes people sell them in bundles, or you may have to buy a few bundles of magazines to get all the issues to do the Hannah Pepper chart. But that's a big one that people want. And then this I showed before. This is one I would like to do this year. This is Homespun Elegance. She has an Etsy shop. These are still available, but these were done back in the day. And it's Lucy Red sampler, and this is definitely on my list of to do. It's all blue and brown, and I might have shown it twice before. I don't know. So you can go on her Etsy shop and order that. And she has another one that I've never done, obviously. And it is the Ann Sims sampler, which I love. And that's on my to-do list too. Classic. So don't go pay anything crazy for those, because she still has those patterns. And then I thought I'd show you 3 from 1884 Stitchery that I have purchased that are re-releases. And I've probably shown these before. So I have Prize Your Liberty by Marilee Beams. And McKenna has the rights to release the Merrily Beam samplers. So those have been coming out little by little. There's a few more of those I'd like to do. Of Female Worth, she did release the ES Spot Motif sampler. And I have the DMC. That's the other thing, is a lot of these old ones are basically just DMC or anchor. People weren't always stitching with silks back, you know, in '84. So the called for threads are typically cottons and inexpensive and easy to get. So we got that. And this one I've been wanting to do forever. McKenna actually purchased Macintosh samplers. So, you know, some of them she gets permission from the designer, and the designer actually is making money when they get a cut, and they're making money sort of, they're using McKenna as a conduit to get their samplers back out there. And so the designers are making money. Macintosh, she actually purchased the company. So she has the rights to do all of the samplers, and has, she even got, she has a big bundle. She got all the models and everything, and they're amazing. So she's been reformatting it again, taking these charts from the hand-drawn and computerizing them and cleaning them up and cleaning up the cover. And she does PDF or hard copy. So it's 1884stitchery.com. And this is a Scottish sampler I've wanted to do for a long time. Jane Harris. Hopefully I start that this year. Who knows? So that is my vintage samplers. I think one day I'll do a just vintage charts in general, because I do have a lot of old ones. I don't know if you guys have watched, Vanna's been doing a lot of the Told in the Garden. I loved those. I loved those back in the day. I'll have to show you one that I have almost finished. And there's a funny story with it too. I don't know, sometimes you get in the mood for that kind of, I don't know. You know, I'd love to do the Told in the Gardens. I wouldn't hang them in my house now because they just kind of don't go with my aesthetic. But man, those were fun to stitch. All those, you know, the Amish country style was very popular. I may do just like a parade of some of those throwback, not necessarily samplers, but charts that, I don't know, mix them in with some Cricket Collection and Prairie Schooler and stuff. Those were so fun to stitch, and they kind of are classic. Just right now, they don't really go with my aesthetic, but man, every time I watch Vanna, I really want to pull out some of those charts I didn't do and, I don't know, stitch some Amish people. Because they were fun. They were fun to do. So my last couple of things. One other thing, okay, well, first I'll go over the giveaways. So the last giveaway was, and I have something else to talk about too, so don't leave me yet. So I had the winner of the giveaway was in my phone. So I had given away of Female Arts, and the winner was Rebecca Deischer. Okay, that's who commented, and that's who won this chart. So Rebecca, if you're watching this, get a hold of me either on Instagram, or you can go on needleandflax.com and send a message and let me know where I can send this to you. So, because it's a beautiful chart. And then for the Honor Harrison one that I gave away last time by Victorian Rose, I gotta get the name out of here. I put the name into the chart. I drew a winner this morning. And so for Honor Harrison, the comment that I picked, and I had to put the name Honor in like 10 different ways. I kind of went through. When I had said use the word honor for the giveaway, I wasn't even sure how it was spelled on the chart. And some people wrote it like 5 different ways to make sure. So I made sure I got every spelling in before I did the random comment picker. So Karen Bradley won that. So Karen, you get a hold of me, email. My email's needleandflax@gmail.com. I'll put it in the drop-down box. You can do it on the website, you can direct email me, or you can message me on Instagram and give me your address, and I will mail that off to you. You won't have to wait months for that. It's right there. So I have another giveaway, and what I want to do is talk to you about... Okay, so Fat Quarter Shop sent me some stuff, well, they asked first. They said, would you like some things? And, you know, you can give them away or do whatever you want with. And I was like, yeah, who doesn't want, I mean, you guys like giveaways. So I thought, yes, definitely send me some of your items. So I wanted to talk about, we had talked about, I shop on fatquartershop.com. I kind of spread the love. Fat Quarter Shop is one of those, you know, they have a lot of the basics. They have some really cute stuff. Of course, if you love Lori Holt, you know, that's the place to go. They have really quick shipping, and they usually have stock of a lot of stuff. They sell linen. They sell a little bit of everything. They actually, a long time ago, had contacted me to carry needle and flax linen. I said no at the time just because I know their volume is pretty high, and I don't think I can handle that just yet. So at some point, maybe they'll carry my linen. But they're a great place to go. Like I said, they have a wide variety of things for a variety of styles. They have a lot of basics, and I shop on there, and you know, it's one of the go-to sites for online stuff. Sometimes I order from brick and mortar. Those orders, I don't, you know, if you place an order with a brick and mortar shop, you've got to be aware that they offer a service that online shops can't offer. You know, they do a lot of in-person help, and they have customers coming in the door, and they have staffing issues and all these different things. So when you place an order with a brick and mortar, you can't really expect to get it tomorrow or quickly. It's just the way it is. And so sometimes when you need something quickly or something utilitarian that, you know what you want and you want to get it quickly, the online shops are a great place to go. And Fat Quarter Shop is, you know, one of those shops. And they have quilting stuff too. But I wanted to show you, because I forgot to show you before, the thing that started my stitching with the housewives thing was my reading glasses case. And I got this at Fat Quarter Shop. And they all have different Riley Blake covers. And I don't know if I have the glasses in the right cover, but I wanted to show them to you because I had said I was going to order more, and I did. So they have, see, now I need my reading glasses to see. So like this pair is the glasses don't match the case, so that's why they may be in the wrong case. This is the +3 reading glass. See, I use these for magnification. I need reading glasses, but not a very strong, I don't need strong ones to read, but I use all different levels of magnification for my stitching, depending on what I'm stitching on. So that is one. This is, oh, this is this cover. How cute is that? And these glasses are blue gingham. Oh, like I said, I bought them all. I might get more. These are the +4s. I know some of you have trouble getting +4s. Fat Quarter Shop has them, and they're so cute. I think Carol Saltbox, she had said she uses readers.com because I think she likes to get +4s, and they're not ones you can find at the grocery store or whatever, but you can get them at Fat Quarter Shop too. This, look how cute this cover is. Oh, I love these. This pair is yellow. I think this is a lower. Oh, these are the +2s. Right? Oh, so great. These are so great. You guys, if you use reading glasses for magnification, I mean, I don't think you can get cuter than this. Here's this cover. There's a +150, or is that this? Every, you know, diopter or whatever. God, I can't see. Yep, this is the 150. Red gingham. Oh. See, now these I would wear for like, I could use these to read what I'm looking at. And then this pair, look how cute this one is. I bought all these. This is not a gift from Fat Quarter Shop. This I bought with my hard-earned money. This is a little Argyle. How cute is that? Okay, so this one is the 250. I mean, why not look cute while you're sitting there stitching? So yeah, head over to Fat Quarter Shop if you're interested in, oh my gosh. And I mean, how cute are all these in like a little basket together? So cute. So hang on. Oh, God forbid they get broken because, okay, forget it. I love those. So I wanted to show you those because that's something that I have bought from them that I have really enjoyed. So they sent me, this is my next giveaway, and I think I'm going to have you use the word sew, S-E-W, like you're sewing. I showed these before too, and I have ordered a ton of these. And this is their Mad for Plaid project bags. And I went over it before, how nice and big they are. You can fit a ton of projects in these. I think I've bought 6 or 7 of them. These would be great for a road trip too, because you could fit, they're big enough to fit multiple projects in. In fact, one of the real big ones, I think I had mentioned, I gave to my daughter for yarn, for her like yarn projects. Because there's one that's, and I can't remember which one. It's the one with daisies on it. There's a big one, and they kind of have like a flat bottom. And I thought, oh, that's perfect because she likes to crochet blankets and granny squares and stuff. So it'd be great for cross stitch, you know, anything. But these are fantastic, and they're super cute. There's all different colors of plaid, and you can get those on their website too. They're not terribly expensive, and they're really heavy duty. So I'm going to give this away with this cute little cross stitch pattern. This little Lori Holt pattern from It's Sew Emma. Cut, press, sew. Cut, press, sew. On the back it says cut, press, sew, cross stitch. Because you're going to cross stitch. Cut, press, sew. So this is really cute. And I think this would be cute even, you know, Lori's always like changing colors on stuff. And she kind of loves this sort of bright palette, which I do too. But if you're not a bright palette person, how pretty would that be in like maroons and greens or navies and tans? I think that would be really easy to switch that up if you're not into the brights, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, but you know. So in a sewing room, one day I'll have a sewing room. Right now, you know, I think I said last time I'm not a quilter. It's not that I don't know how to quilt or I don't quilt. I just don't have time for that. I don't have a sewing room, and to pull all that stuff out and have it in my dining room, it's like when I do sewing, I usually make sure I have a few days worth of time because it takes so much effort to set everything up to do it that, you know, I just don't have that kind of time. So one day, all of my little chicks will fly the coop, and I will probably have a sewing room. And if I did, I would be stitching this and hanging it in there. So, or it'd be a great gift if you know a sewer too. So that's my giveaway, is the bag and this, and comment with the word sew, S-E-W, and that'll enter you into getting a gift from Fat Quarter Shop. So thanks to them for sending that to me, because you guys like free stuff, and I've already bought that stuff myself. So that's it. That's it. It's already 1 hour and 23 minutes. I gotta go get groceries. I got a lot of stuff going on, and I would like to get some more linen stuff done tonight. So I will be back. When will I be back? I don't know. Maybe on my travels, I will do some Instagram stories on my personal Instagram. I also stitch at Instagram. So I don't know. Maybe I'll post some stuff there while I'm gone. Yeah, so I think that's it for now. And hopefully I'll be back in a couple weeks or whenever I get a chance. And Lordy, that's it. So I will talk to you later, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. And yeah, bye.